Everyone, welcome ulit sa lesson natin on differential calculus. So it's good to be back. Our discussion for this presentation will be about implicit differentiation. So bago natin i-discuss ano ba yung mga implicit differentiation na yan, magkaroon lang tayo ng konting recap. So from the past few discussions, we have uh, discussed a few on differentiation. No? Unang-una sa lahat, we have defined ano ba yung limits, di ba? The importance of continuity, diniscuss din natin yung pagkuha ng mga limits. And meron tayong tinatawag na one-sided limits and we also have these special limits, right? And these limits are the foundation ng calculus. And right after that, we defined yung pagkuha ng mga derivatives. No? So meron tayong steps na sinundan diyan. And pwede niyong balikan dyan sa mga previous presentations natin kung paano yung pagkuha ng, ng derivatives using yung ating delta y and delta x and yung ating limits. No? That defines yung ating derivatives. And then, afterwards, we proceed to the derivatives of polynomials. And then, kumuha tayo ng mga derivatives ng trigonometric functions. And then, yung last na discussion natin that uh, has been given much portion of our course is yung chain rule. No? Marami kasi na mga students ang nahihirapan sa differential calculus because of the confusion dito sa chain rule. No? Itong chain rule isa sa mga pinaka interesting na topic or discussion pagdating sa differential calculus. It allows us to practice as many differentiation as we can pagdating sa mga longer chains. And kaya naman binigyan natin yan ng enough time para makapag-solve tayo ng mga problems that uh, require us to use yung mga notations katulad ng kay Leibniz and Lagrange. So, by now, it is expected that we assume that you have gained familiarity with these concepts of uh, the chain rule. No, the chain rule is the fulcrum, kumbaga ng differential calculus. Kaya naman, if we have discuss itong chain rule, ngayon pag-usapan natin ano ba yung mga implicit or ano ang implicit differentiation. Okay? So a problem na nakikita natin when we are doing the or getting the derivatives of functions is that karamihan dun sa mga examples na binigay ko sa inyo or karamihan sa mga sinolve natin ng mga examples involves that the dependent variable is always isolated from the independent variable. Right? So, anong ibig kong sabihin dyan? Uh, for example, karamihan sa mga example na binigay ko sa inyo is yung ating y is nasa left side and lahat is in terms of x or in terms of t. So, ibig kong sabihin, ito ang tinatawag natin na explicit functions. No, hindi nagkahalo yung y at saka yung x, yung kanyang independent variable. So, lahat ng mga examples na we have discussed prior to this presentation are all explicit in nature. So, what if, no? And of course, in nature, not all functions can be easily written in the form na explicit, right? Uh, Especially yung mga ginagamit din talaga natin, no? Hindi natin madali na i-construct, may reconstruct doon sa form na yung y ma-isolate natin sa x. No? Meron at meron talaga na magkadikit or magkasama sila sa isang side ng ating equation. Okay? So, there are some relations na imposible talaga or uh, mahirap siyang gawin, tedious siyang gawin. Kaya naman, ito yung tinatawag nating mga implicit functions. No? When functions and the relations na wherein the independent and the dependent variable is somehow in the same side of the equation. Ang tawag natin doon ay implicit. Okay? So, most of our standard graphing calculators cannot even produce a graph in the implicit function relation. But fortunately, dahil marami na tayong mga computer programs that exist, nagagawa na ito. Okay? Naturally, whether an uh, implicit man yan or explicit man yan, pwede natin yan i-plot into the Cartesian coordinate plane. So, maganda yon. And usually, when we are getting the derivative, we are defining o yung ating or examining yung slope ng ating function. Okay? So, by this point in your studies, when you see the word slope, you should think instantly of the derivative. No? Pag sinabi nating slope, ibig sabihin yan yung ating derivative. The key to finding a derivative for an implicit function or implicit relation is to remember that the y values are interdependent with the x values. So whether or not it can be isolated, y is a function of x. Lagi niyong tatandaan yan. Whether or not kaya nating ma-isolate yung y, palagi pa rin na y is a function of x. Ibig sabihin, every time a term with a y is differentiated, the chain rule requires a dy dx. No? Gagamitin at gagamitin natin yung chain rule para dito sa implicit differentiation. Okay? So, siguro mas ma-appreciate niyo yan using this uh, dito, uh, illustrations, no? So, again, hindi lahat ng functions kaya natin ma-isolate yung y, no? There are cases katulad nitong mga figures natin na nandirito sa slides that yung y ay nakasama dun sa ating x katulad ng circle. Ang form or general form ng ating circle na ang center ay nasa origin is x squared plus y squared is equal to r. So ito, ang relation natin dito is implicit, no? Kasi magkasama yung y at saka yung x sa isang side ng equation, no? Ganon din sa ellipse. Magkasama sila and ganon din sa hyperbola. Okay? So marami pang functions ang implicit in nature, no? That represents geometric figures or a function, a relation na ganun yung pagkaka-state. And the question now, paano tayo kumukuha ng derivatives ng mga implicit functions? No? So yun ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Okay? So in this case, medyo madali pa siya, 'di ba? Kasi i-isolate lang natin yung y katulad dito. Kung i-isolate natin yung y squared is equal to r squared minus x squared. Then kukunin lang natin yung square root, right? So medyo na-isolate na natin siya. Pero there are cases talaga na uh, yung isolation or yung paghihiwalay ng x and y are or is not possible. Kaya naman kailangan talaga natin matutunan kung paano kumuha ng derivatives ng mga implicit function. Okay? Let's try to solve or to further elaborate yung paggamit ng implicit differentiation with this first example. No, we have a circle, no? The function or the relation ng x and y is a circle. Ito yan. X squared plus y squared is equal to 25. Ibig sabihin daw niyan, yung ating radius is 5, no? Yan. And we want to find, so let's say ito yung ating question, no? Find the uh, the line, no? The line of tangent na lang siguro, no? Para the line tangent, we are to find the line tangent to this function, implicit function. No? So ito yung ating implicit function, guys. Yung x squared plus y squared is equal to 25. We would like to find yung line tangent dyan sa equation na yan. So line tangent to x squared plus y squared is equal to 25 at point at the point 3 and negative 4. Yan. So, hanapin daw natin yung line tangent for this circle, equation ng circle at this point. So, ito yan, no? Dirinawig na natin. Yung line na yun yung hinahanap natin. And if we are going to find the line tangent to that function, we are referring to the derivative. So, paano natin gagawin yan? So, our first approach is to, of course, isolate natin yung y, di ba? So, ganoon naman talaga yung ginagawa natin dyan. So, ang solution natin, syempre, ang alam sa ngayon, ang alam pa lang natin is to isolate yung y. So, ang gagawin natin, x squared plus y squared is equal to 25, di ba? Tapos, i-isolate natin yung y. So, y squared is equal to 25 uh, minus x squared, right? Minus x squared. Then, y is equal to the square root, right, of 25 minus x squared. And to get the line tangent, we are going to get the derivative. No? That is, y prime is equal to the derivative with respect to x nitong ating function. That is the square root of 25 minus x squared. And using our formulas na diniscuss na rin natin doon sa mga previous discussion, no? Mga previous presentation, ang derivative neto is square root, no? Using chain rule, that will be 1 over 2 times the square root of 25 minus x squared times the derivative with respect to x ng 25 minus x squared. And that will be y prime is equal to, so ito, 1 over pa rin yan, no? So, lakihan na natin para naman nakikita ninyo. Y prime is equal to 1 all over 2 times the square root of 25 minus x squared times the derivative daw ng 25. So, that is times 0 minus 2x. And to simplify, we have oops, negative x, right? So, mag-cancel yung dalawang 2 dyan, no? So, we have negative x all over the square root of 25 minus x squared, right? And in this case, nakuha na natin yung ating derivative. I-substitute na natin yung ating value ng x, no? So, the slope at point 3 and negative 4, okay? At this point, ano daw yung ating slope, no? That is y prime. Substitute natin yung value ng x and y dito sa nakuha nating y prime. That will be negative 3, right? Negative 3 all over the square root of 25 minus quantity, right? 25 minus 3 squared, okay? And that will be negative 3, right? Over the square root of 16, that will be 4. So the, the slope is 3/4, okay? And we want to get the okay, we want to get the line, no? The line that is tangent. So, nakuha na natin yung slope. So, yung line that is tangent dyan sa ating slope na yan. So, para makagawa tayo ng line, yeah. So, para makakagawa tayo ng line, we have the point slope, no? The point slope form. Okay? So, para makagawa tayo ng line, y minus y sub 1 is equal to the slope times x minus x sub 1. And at point 3 and negative 4, substitute lang natin yan gamit yung slope na to. No? So, saan yan? Okay. Saan yan? Wala. Ulit. Substitute natin. We now have y minus negative 4, diba? Negative 4 is equal to the slope, which is 3/4, right? Negative 3/4 times x minus 3. So, simplify pa natin yan. We have y plus 4 is equal to negative 3 over 4 times x minus 3. So, ganyan siya, no, sa una. Pero if we are going to get the implicit differentiation of this, burahin ko lang muna guys, no, para mas maintindihan natin kung paano kumukuha ng implicit differentiation. So, ayokong burahin lahat kasi nasulat ko na yung problem. Okay? So, burahin ko lang siya isa-isa. Okay? Now, if we are going to solve this using implicit differentiation, ganito siya ginagawa. So, remember that yung nakuha nating slope is negative 3/4. And to get the implicit differentiation, isa-solve natin siya term by term. Okay? So, term by term, let's use x squared plus y squared is equal to 25. Yan yung ating original curve or yung ating line or yung ating function, right? So, kukunin lang muna natin yung derivative ng kada term with respect to x, no, dun sa ating independent variable. Yan. Plus the derivative with respect to x, di ba, ng ating y squared plus the derivative with respect to x ng kada term. Yan. So ano ang derivative with respect to x ng x squared? Of course, ang derivative niyan ay 2x. Di ba? 2x. Plus, ano ngayon ang derivative ng y squared with respect to x? That will be derivative ng 2y, that is, derivative ng y squared, that is 2y times the derivative of y with respect to x. So, chain rule ito, no? Isipin nyo lang, nag-derivative tayo ng u, nagle-let tayo ng ibang variable, and then meron tayong karugtong na derivative of that particular variable, no? So, that will be 2y times the derivative of y with respect to x. Ito ang ginamitan natin ng power formula, yung y squared. So, binaba natin yung 2, tapos y ulit, tsaka natin i-multiply dun sa kanyang derivative. Okay? So, it is now equal to, ano ang derivative ng 25? So, constant yan. So, that will be 0. Okay? So, itong dy dx, huwag natin yang ito. Huwag natin yang kakalimutan, no? Magkasama sila palagi. And to simplify this one, kailangan i-isolate natin yung dy dx, di ba? So, kung isi-simplify natin yan, yung dy dx, So 2y muna para mas makita natin. It is equal to negative 2x. Tama, no? Nilipat ko lang sa kabila yung 2x. Kaya naging negative siya. And simplify pa natin, yung dy dx is now equal to negative 2x divided by 2y. And that is negative x over y. Na-cancel na yung 2. And at point, katulad kanina, at point na 3 and negative 4, no? Yeah. Yung ating dy dx will be, so negative x, that is negative 3, right? Times negative 4. So ang ating dy dx is 3 fourths. In this case, yan, ganyan siya, no? Uh, ang kagandahan sa pagkuha ng implicit differentiation is medyo straightforward siya. No? Kukunin natin yung kada term. Basta kinukuha natin yung derivative ng kada term. No? So let's try to solve naman yung iba pa. No? Meron pa tayo ditong mga examples pa rito. Try natin mag-solve pa. Okay? So in this case, kunin naman natin yung question ulit, no? Let's try to find the derivative of x plus x times y cubed is equal to y times x times cube. So ito medyo challenging ito kasi left and right side nakahalo talaga yung x and y diyan, no? So in this case, hindi na natin 'yan um i-isolate yung y. So we are going to get the derivative of each term, no? Using the formulas that we have discussed na from the previous lessons. Okay? So first, ang step is to get the derivative of each of the term, right? So first is the derivative with respect to x, right? Ng x plus the derivative with respect to x ulit ng xy cube. It is equal to the derivative with respect to x ng y x cube. So pag medyo bumilis-bilis na kayo sa pagkuha ng derivative, kahit hindi nyo naisulat ito, no? So ano ang derivative ng x? That will be, of course, that is 1, right? Ang derivative naman ng x y cube, of course, that is a product rule. So first derivative, di ba? First derivative times the derivative with respect to x ng second function, that is the derivative ng y cube, plus the second function, right, times the derivative with respect to x ng first function. So, ganyan siya, no? It is now equal to, so derivative ulit nito. Okay? Derivative, so first function ulit, no? Dahil product rule ulit yan, first function times the derivative with respect to x ng second function, plus the second function, that is x cubed, times the derivative with respect to x ng first function. Okay? So, ayan. Simplify na natin. Sagutan natin yung mga derivatives. Okay? So, dito, meron ulit 1. Huwag natin kalimutan tong 1. No? Plus, bracket, that is x. What is the derivative of y cubed with respect to x? So, yan, ang sagot natin dyan is, so, power formula ulit yan, guys. No? That is 3y squared times the derivative of y with respect to x. Okay? So, ganun lang siya. Plus, so ito ay y cubed. Okay? Kinopya ko lang ulit. Ano ang derivative ng x with respect to x? That is, actually equal yan sa 1. No? So, equals, bracket lang muna natin ulit, y, derivative of x cubed with respect to x is 3x squared. No? Hindi ko na sinusulat yung derivative of x with respect to x kasi 1 naman yun. Okay? So, plus x cubed times ano ang derivative ng y with respect to x? Of course, derivative of y with respect to x. No? Yan. Hindi siya 1, no? Okay. So, meron pa rin tayong dy dx. Yan yung naman yung pagsasamahin natin. Yan yung i-isolate natin. Okay? Para makuha natin talaga yung dy dx. Okay? So, simplify lang muna natin ulit. So, we have 1 ulit dito plus, pagsamahin na natin to ha. So, this will become 3x y squared times dy dx plus y cubed. Wala na yung 1 kasi cancel, 1 lang naman yan. Equal yan sa 3x squared y plus x cubed dy dx. And para ma-isolate natin yung dy dx, dadalhin natin sa left side ito, no? Dito. Tapos yung iba, itong 1, lipat natin yun sa kabila, itong y cube, lipat natin sa kabila. Okay? So, ano ang result niyan? No? So, dito, matitira dito, 3xy squared dy dx minus, no? Nilipat ko itong x cube. We have x cube dy dx. Dahil naka-multiply yan. It is equal, no? So, sulat natin na maayos. So, we have 3xy squared dy dx minus x cubed times dy dx. Okay? So, ganyan. It is equal to 3x squared y. Tapos, itong mga nilipat natin, lagay na natin dito. Minus 1 minus y cubed. So, ganyan siya, no? I-simplify pa natin. Factor out natin yung dy dx. Okay? So, pag i-factor out natin yung dy dx, ang matitira sa atin ay 3x y squared minus x cubed, di ba? Times dy dx is equal to 3x squared y minus 1 minus y cubed. Okay? Tapos, ano natin, i-divide natin both sides by this terms, no? Para talagang ma-isolate natin yung dy dx natin. Therefore, yung ating dy dx will now become 3x squared y minus 1 minus y cubed all over 3x y squared minus x cubed. So, yan. Nakuha na natin yung ating dy dx using implicit differentiation. O, di ba? Mag-try pa tayo ng isa pa, no? Try tayo ng isa pa, siguro dito sa side na to. So, we have another set ng function. Let's try this. Y cube is equal to x squared plus sine of y. So, ayan. So, parehas din yan meron, no? Mahirap namang i-isolate natin yung y dito sa kabila. Kahit naman ilipat natin sa kabila yan ay ganun pa rin. No? Kukunin pa rin natin yung implicit differentiation itong function na ito. So, with that, diretso na tayo. Ano ang implicit differentiation? So, we have 3y squared dy dx is equal to, so bababa na natin dito, we have 2x dx over dx which is 1 plus, okay, derivative ng sine of y that is cosine of y times dy dx. O, di ba? So, ngayon, pagsamahin na natin yung mga dy dx sa isang side tapos yung walang dy dx, stay put lang sila. So, in this case, we have 3y squared times dy dx minus cosine of y times dy dx is equal to 2x. Okay? So, factor out natin yung dy dx. We now have, dito na lang, dy dx is equal to 2x all over 3y squared minus cosine ng y. So, ganyan na siya, no? So, ito yung ating sagot dun sa ating question. Yung iba, yung y naman is in terms of x, we usually use the y prime notation. Mas madali siyang basahin or isolve or isundan, no? So, paano yan? Paano yung y prime approach? So, meron tayong y cube is equal to x squared plus sine of y, di ba? So, pagka y prime, ganun pa rin naman. So, kunin natin yung implicit differentiation. We have 3y squared y prime is equal to 2x. So, walang y prime yan dahil x naman yan. Plus cosine of y times y prime. Okay? So, factor out ulit natin yung y prime, no? So, lipat lang natin sa kabila. We have 3y squared y prime minus cosine of y times y prime is equal to 2x. Factor out natin y prime, guys, no? So, y prime, factor out lang natin. So, dito sa left side, we have 3y squared minus cosine of y times y prime is equal to 2x. And that y prime is now equal to 2x over 3y squared minus cosine of y. Okay? So, pares na pares dun sa kanina. Okay? So, ilan lang yan sa examples kung paano kunin ang implicit differentiation. No? So, mag-solve pa tayo ng iba siguro. Um, let's try this past board exam question. Okay. Turuin ko lang muna to guys. No? Ayan. Let's find the slope. No? The question is, let's find the slope of the curve x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 10y plus 5 is equal to 0 at point 1 and 0. So in this case, we are trying to find the slope of the curve of this curve at point 1 and 0. So what the problem implies is that we are getting the derivative of this curve and then substitute the points 1 and 0. So this is a past board exam question for electronics engineering. So yung choices na binigay dito is, so yung A, let's say magbigay tayo ng 1 over 5. Sa B, let's say we have 2 over 5 siguro. Then sa C, 1/4. Then D, 2. Yan. So, solve natin ito using a implicit differentiation, no? So, let's say we have this solution. Okay? So, for the solution, of course, sulat muna natin yung ating equation, x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 10y plus 5 is equal to 0. Then, kukunin natin yung ating implicit differentiation, no? Kunin na natin. We have 2x plus 2y, y prime, minus 6 times the derivative ng x ay 1 plus 10y prime. No? Derivative ng y ay y prime plus 0 is equal to 0. So, ganun lang siya. Term by term, kukunin natin yung derivative with respect to x. No? Kung y siya, meron siya dapat y prime. Huwag natin kakalimutan yung y prime na yan. So, ngayon, ang gagawin natin, yung lahat ng terms na merong y prime, dyan lang yan sa left side. Yung lahat ng terms na walang y prime ay mapupunta sa right side. Okay? So, that will become something like this. We have uh, 10y prime dito. Tapos we have 2y prime plus, di ba? 2y prime plus 10y prime is equal to yung 2x magiging negative kasi ilipat natin dito sa kabila. Tapos yung minus 6 magiging positive 6 yung ngayon yan. No? Ganyan. So ngayon, we are left with merong y prime sa left side. Sa right side, wala na yung y prime. Okay? So, if factor out natin yung y prime, kasi yun yung gusto natin i-isolate, right? Although, once kasi na pinahanap sa atin yung slope, no, we usually substitute na agad, no, yung ating points. No? Itong ating points. Kahit sa unang differentiation pa lang, sa board exam, pwede nyo nang i-substitute yung points. But then, to illustrate yung point ng, or yung to give emphasis for the implicit differentiation, i-kompletuhin natin, no? Yan. I-factor out ko lang muna yung y prime. So, 2y plus 10, di ba? Naka-factor out yan. Y prime is equal to negative 2x plus 6. And y prime is equal to negative 2x plus 6 over 2y plus 10. Okay? And yeah, nakuha na natin yung slope, no? Y prime. Yan yung ating slope of the curve. And sa substitute na natin yung points natin. So, at point 1 and 0, di ba? Yung ating y prime is equal to, syempre sa substitute natin yan, no? Negative 2 times, ano yung point natin? That is 1 para sa x plus 6 over 2 times yung y natin dyan ay 0, di ba? Plus 10. And that brings us to 6 minus 2, that is 4. And sa denominator side naman, we have 10. Pwede pa natin simplify yan. We have 2 over 5. So, ang sagot pala natin dyan ay letter B. No? So, 2 over 5. So, ayan. I hope meron kayong natutunan dito sa pag-solve ng tawag dito, mga implicit uh, functions ng mga functions, no? And try to solve yung mga ibang functions na meron tayo dyan sa LMS ninyo. And practice lang kayo. Mag-practice na pag-solve ng mga implicit differentiation. And do not forget the y prime or the dy dx when getting the derivative ng y o kahit ang powers of y. Kasi yun yung pinaka-importante part ng implicit differentiation. Okay? That's about it. Sana meron kayo natutunan at practice pa tayo. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig at keep safe everyone.